What exactly does a narcissist want out of a relationship? What a narcissist wants in regards to interpersonal relationships is very, very different than what a neurotypical person would usually want out of a relationship. One must remember that the way a narcissist navigates the world, as well as his or her perspective as to what is important in life, is also vastly different than a neurotypical person. Ultimately, what makes a narcissist happy is a significant other who is compliant. Sometimes I think that many narcissists pretend that there is no method to their seemingly arbitrary and capricious life choices, in which they appear to utilize absolutely no forethought or foresight. Additionally, I think that many narcissists may very well play coy or play dumb with us. I believe that there is a method to their, at times, seemingly unstructured, shoot from the hip type madness. Specifically, I think that many narcissists want to slowly but surely wear down their significant other or their opponent or their family member, friend, whoever it is, into a state of exhaustion, absolutely exhausted compliance. In other words, the narcissist's end game is to have their victim lulled into submission. Consequently, the significant other or the victim's attention behaves in a manner compliant to what they believe their victim should, or how their victim should behave. Therefore, the narcissist needs to condition their single functioning significant other or victim into this kind of automation, ensuring that they are at all times powerless, without control, unquestioning, totally compliant, and at full attention production capacity, or at full fueling supply capacity. How is it that the narcissist, who seems so chaotic and disorganized, seems to always be like 10 steps ahead of us whenever it comes to interpersonal relationships? It must not be easy for the narcissist to coordinate all of their supply sources in a way that every person is primed and ready to assume the position of the primary supplier. Like I've said before, I think one of the ways that the narcissist always stays ahead of their victim is by exhausting them into compliance, or exhausting them into submission. The narcissist's intentional infliction of emotional exhaustion and distress tactics are as such. And I think that narcissists' ultimate goal is to get their victim to simply surrender, rather than to put up a fight whenever an interpersonal conflict arises. So perhaps this is why the narcissist must win every text exchange. They must win every phone message battle. If psychically wounded, they must inflict a greater emotional wound upon their victim. Immediately, they're following every good time and every good memory with a bad experience, like ruining your birthday or ruining Christmas or a holiday that you love. They immediately make every disagreement a battle of the ages, and they'll intermittently rage, which in turn kind of wears their significant other down to the so that their need to be hyper vigilant is in full force, and they are always preparing to sidestep these random and over the top attacks from their narcissist. I believe that narcissists embark on what should be called a mentally shocking and exhausting awe campaign. Once the significant other or the victim has been subjected to the narcissist's post-idealization phase mental exhaustion shock and awe campaign, they are very well likely to be kind of tenderized and seasoned properly, according to the narcissist, such that rather confronting the narcissist, the victim thinks to themselves, to the hell with whatever the fight is about, it's easier just to give the narcissist their own way. So in conclusion, the typical victim is generally not predisposed to engage in undue and meaningless conflicts. Therefore, in addition to choosing a victim that is sufficiently conflict averse, the narcissist will hedge their bets in regard to assuring that this victim is compliant by responding to every relationship conflict as if it is a no holds bar war, and they're usually threatening to leave. Every single fight that you have, you probably understand that they have threatened to leave in one way or another. Even the most minor skirmish turns into an all-out battle. And once this victim is so shot out due to sheer exhaustion, she or he is probably going to be appropriately primed and conditioned to accept the narcissist's dictatorship, regardless of how one-sided it might be. And in sum, if the victim is a totally compliant victim, the narcissist will have gotten exactly what they want in regards to the relationship. So what else does a narcissist want out of a relationship? Attention, and a lot of it. They do all of the taking, and you do all of the listening and all of the legwork in the relationship, and it doesn't work both ways. It is a one-way street with a narcissist. You need to be able to listen to them for hours on end. So if you don't have a listening ear and a good one, the narcissist may have no use for you. And if you miss out on a single word that they say, they're going to be like, are you even listening to what I'm saying? So sex, it is a form of control, and it also boosts a narcissist's ego. They feel as if they are the best sexual partners in the world, and it makes them feel better about themselves, regardless of who it is that they are having sex with. A therapist, yes, they need someone, you are their therapist, and they need someone to solve all of their problems and handle all of their issues because they are too lazy to do anything on their own. Again, they need that really good empathetic listening ear to hear about every single thing that went on during their day. Love. Most narcissists never ever felt genuine love from their parents, or they were overly spoiled. So now you are mom or dad's replacement. You must give a lot of affection and time to your in the time from your day, and say how much you love them and how special they make you feel. And if you don't say these things, they will feel bad about themselves because they don't have much self-esteem, if any self-esteem at all in the first place. They need your validation to feel great about themselves, because who else is going to say it other than the other supplies? You are kind of a robot. You are now their robot. You must do what you're their slave. You must do whatever they tell you, or else you may face very unpleasant consequences. They will have temper tantrums like you have never seen before, and they control you like a robot regardless of how you feel. They have programmed you to distort your sense of reality in the love bombing phase. You have to realize that you are a beautiful human being who should not be programmed the way that the narcissist wants you to be. Another thing here's a little list of other things that narcissists want: money, a maid, a housewife, compliance, ego boost, adoration, adulation, support and companionship, a beautiful supply source who makes them look good, someone who makes them look normal, for example, being married, a cook, someone who is willing to do anything to stay in the relationship with them, someone who will save them from their misery, someone who will say yes to them all of the time, someone who will stop their own plans to keep up with the narcissist's plans, someone who will make excuses for their irrational behavior, someone as perfect as possible, like a robot, right? So someone who will do exactly as a narcissist says without questioning them whatsoever is a perfect supply source for a narcissist. Someone who will have no life whatsoever outside of the narcissist's life. And ask yourself this: is that even a life at all? Someone who will make sacrifices to meet the narcissist's needs. Someone who will withhold tears and tolerate the narcissist's drama and arguments, because we all know that a narcissist, whenever we cry in front of them, they're either laughing at us or getting angry at us for crying. Somebody who is going to go above and beyond for the narcissist, and someone who loves them and doesn't expect anything in return. Someone who thrives off helping the narcissist with every piece of their heart, mind, body, and soul. Someone who has an amazing personality and makes the narcissist laugh deep down, because the narcissist isn't actually that funny. They've probably stolen all of their material from people they've met throughout their life. Someone who will make their hands bleed until the narcissist is satisfied. Someone who will prioritize the narcissist over anyone. And narcissists are known for separating victims from their friends and family. This isolating behavior is a part of the cycle of abuse. In the end, the victim has no one to turn to when the flames with the narcissist really start firing, and they're looking to the narcissist to put the fire out. And someone who will prefer the narcissist's happiness over their own.